All right, so we know that Shohei Ohtani is with the Dodgers, a $700 million contract, but news came down today that he is going to get a ton of that money deferred. There were already reports out there prior to us learning of this today that a lot of the money was going to be deferred. But I think people were thinking, okay, maybe more than usual because there are contracts where money is deferred. There's obviously the famous Bobby Bonilla contract. But Otani's going to get 68 out of $70 million per year deferred. $680 million of the $700 million contract is going to be deferred. So this helps the Dodgers and lowers the luxury tax, the CBT number, and allows them to spend on other parts of the roster. Shohei Ohtani, being a great teammate, I think this is great. I didn't know that you could do it this much, this egregious. I didn't know you could defer $680 million in a $700 million contract. I knew you could defer money, but this much seems like too much, in my opinion. I know that there's a rule that there is no limit on deferred payments. And if I'm Shohei Ohtani, like I'm not mad at Shohei Ohtani for it. I'm kind of jealous. You know, you get paid $40 million in endorsements, so you don't need money from the Dodgers. So you take $2 million per year from the Dodgers, and it's only going to cost the Dodgers $46 million on their CBT instead of $70 million. So that can allow them to go get someone like Yamamoto or Blake Snell or another star player, and they'll be fine. You know, that makes up the $70 million. A star player on their just regular AAV, and that goes towards the CBT, and then Ohtani, 46 million instead of 70 million. But it's just weird how Major League Baseball is allowing this, but they weren't going to allow the Padres deal with Aaron Judge if Aaron Judge was going to go to the Padres before this past season. Obviously, the Padres met with Aaron Judge. It was quick. I didn't think it was planned. It was just Padres reached out. Judge was heading to vacation and he just decided to swing by. Obviously, he agreed to the Yankee deal, I believe, like that night or the morning after the news came out that he was going back to the Yankees. But the Padres, according to John Heyman here, as you can see in his article, December 9th, 2022, the Padres were willing to give Aaron Judge over $400 million. There is word they were contemplating, the Padres were, a deal for $400 million plus over 14 years that would have taken Judge to 44 years old. However, sources say they would not have been allowed by Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball would have seen the additional years as only an attempt to lower their official payroll to lessen the tax. What are the Dodgers doing this? What is Ohtani doing this? Lowering the CBT, lowering the tax. But they're allowed to do that, but the Padres wouldn't have been allowed to do that. They're doing the same thing, just in a different way. Here from Alden Gonzalez in his ESPN article from today. Shohei Ohtani's historic contract with the Dodgers will see him defer 68 mil of his annual $70 million salary. Sources familiar with the deal said Monday, significantly lowering his new team's payroll and potential tax burden. Padres, if they would have given Judge a deal till he was 44, it would have lessened the tax. That's why they did it. That's why they did it with Yu Darvish. That's why they did it with Xander Bogaerts. Probably why they did it a little bit with Manny Machado as well. They're doing the same thing. That's all they were trying to do, was the same thing, just not deferring the payments till Ohtani's not even on the team anymore for like the entire thing. 68 of the 70 per year, getting paid $20 million over a decade, and you're Shohei Ohtani from the team. Major League Baseball is like, nope, it's okay. Go ahead. You can do that. No problem. No problem at all. But then if the Padres try to do it in a different way, actually give the player the money while they're on the team, what a concept. Major League Baseball wouldn't allow it. That makes no sense. Like, you can't have it both ways. If you're going to allow a team to do what the Dodgers are doing with Shohei Ohtani here and deferring payments and lowering the tax that way, you should allow the Padres to do whatever the heck they want. It's their contract that they're giving to the player. Let them do whatever they want. Because $680 million being deferred out of $700 million, I mean, that's unheard of. We know $700 million is unheard of, but that much deferred on a contract? And it's like it's out of the Padres' control, because not every team in baseball has a player like Shohei Ohtani that can make $40 million a year in endorsements, where it's okay. He doesn't care if the money's deferred because he's set. He makes more money in endorsements than pretty much all of baseball does in their contract per year. Not every team has that player, right? Fernando Tatis Jr., very popular player. Manny Machado, popular player. But they don't make $40 million a year in endorsement money. And so it's just it's another thing where, in my opinion, it's unfair, and it feels like the Dodgers here are getting some special treatment. Am I biased because I'm a Padres fan? Sure, label me biased, but I think this is like logical, common sense. The Padres were trying to lower the tax. Let's say they would have tried to offer this to Aaron Judge. Major League Baseball bats it down like John Heyman is saying here. But then they would have allowed this because why? Because the Dodgers are deferring the money. You're allowed to defer the money, but you wouldn't allow a long-term deal till someone's 44. Let the team do whatever they want. They're just lowering the CBT, just like the Dodgers are lowering the CBT doing this move. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. How it just feels like the Dodgers and other teams could get special treatment like this, but the Padres wouldn't be able to do that in a different way. Hopefully that makes sense, what I'm saying here. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, that pisses me off. I know it's a hypothetical because the Padres never signed Aaron Judge, but that just doesn't make sense to me. I get deferred payments, like, don't get me wrong, 15% of it, whatever, but 97+% of a contract to be deferred when it's Shohei Ohtani? I mean, come on. I think this is definitely a slippery slope, and I don't know what Major League Baseball can do. I mean, it's in the rule, like, so I guess they can't really do anything. But yeah, that just doesn't make sense to me. I guess life's not fair, but come on.